Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, glory due to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the hopeful elect pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. To the Israelite foreigners that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth that may look like the heathen nations. And to the very few sisters that listen and learn, to you, Shalom. For the new listeners, Yahweh is the only true name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God or Jehovah. Bahasham means in the name. Yahweh Shai is the only true name of his son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. And Rachak Kodash is the Spirit Holy, which is the Holy Spirit. I'm the brother Yasharala with Great Millstone, Chicago. All right, this is a video that popped up on my feed. I seen a couple of his videos. He kind of has those like coincidental videos, which some of his videos are good. So this one stood out to me. I'm gonna let him. It's not that long. It's about 2 minutes. I'm just gonna let him speak a little bit. But I got the scriptures lined up, and Yahweh willing, this video is edifying to those that are meant to be edified. So we're gonna go ahead and play it.
Is it that when you pour alcohol on some fresh pork, worms be coming out? Or even better, why is it that when you type into Google or even Chat GPT, what's the #1 meat that tastes just like human flesh? It's pork. Hold up. There's something in the chips. Why is it that the #1 meat that is filled with the most parasites is pork? Okay, hold on. Wait. Do I have another one? Hold on. I need another chip. Hold up. Why is it that when you put a parasite under a microscope, it looks like a demon? I'm gone. I gotta go. CIA on the roof. You know that. I see you. Almost as if somewhere in the Bible, last time I checked, of all the freaking animals on this planet and insects and birds, Yahusha chose to put,
Which his name is Yahweh Shai. Okay, he close but no cigar.
demons, cast them out of someone, and chose to put them in pigs. And the pigs ended up drowning in the water.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. Which Yahweh Shai allowed the legion to go into the herd of swine, which is the pigs. And what the pigs did was basically unalive themselves. You know, they went in and ran into water and drowned. They basically unalived themselves. All right. So let's get to these scriptures. All right. According to the Bible, we are not to eat swine, okay, which is pig, pork. Leviticus 11:7, and the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean unto you. Of their flesh ye shall not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch, they are unclean to you. So this is in the law. And also in Deuteronomy 14:8, and the swine, because it divided the hoof, yet cheweth not the cud, it is unclean unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, nor touch their dead carcass. So that's a precept. Okay. So the dietary law in Leviticus, all right, it says, Leviticus 1 and, Leviticus 11 and 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, these are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. Whatsoever parteth the hoof, and is cloven-footed, and cheweth the cud, among the beasts, that shall ye eat. So it has to meet these requirements. It has to have a hoof that is parted, its foot, okay, which is like a cow's foot, right? And it says, and be cloven-footed, all right? Again, we're using the cow as an example, the cow's foot, which the pig has the exact same foot, right? It says, right? It says, so the swine, verse 7 says, though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed. So the pig has the same foot as the cow does, right? But what the cow does that the pig doesn't is that it cheweth the cud. It has a regurgitation filtering system. All right, I believe it's like 5 stomachs that is like a filtration system. The pig does not have that, so that's why it is unclean. Okay. So that's the requirements. So we could eat cow, goat, lamb, bison, shit. Actually, I think we could eat giraffe. Let me see. Let me see. So it says, yes, giraffes are ruminants and do chew cud. So a giraffe does have the digestive process of having a filtration system. And it also is, let's see. It says, yes, giraffes have a hoof, but it's a specialized cloven split hoof. It says similar to a deer or cow, not a single solid hoof like a horse, right? So you can't eat horse because their hoof does not have the split in the middle. So they have to meet these requirements. All right. So we have multiple beasts to eat. We don't need to eat pork. We don't need to eat it. It's not even considered food. So this is what they're gonna say. When you bring up topics like this to wacky tacky Christians, right? Matthew 15:11. Not that which goeth into the mouth defileth a man, but that which cometh out of the mouth, this defileth a man. So they're going to bring this up and use this as a rebuttal of, no, you could do it. It's not what goes in your mouth that defiles you, is what comes out. All right. But when you read up in the scriptures, Matthew 15:1, then came to Yahushai, who the road ignorantly calls Jesus, scribes and Pharisees, which were of Jerusalem, saying, why do the disciples transgress the tradition of the elders? For they wash not their hands when they eat bread. So the whole point of this, the context of why he said it's not what goes in your mouth that defiles you, but it's what comes out of your mouth, is the reason was that the disciples didn't wash their hands before they ate bread. Not they were eating pork. They just didn't wash their hands. All right. So you're going to have those that are going to try to use that as a cop-out. So let's go to Matthews 15:17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill, which this is letting us know that the law is not done away with. This lets us know what's written in the prophecies that have not came to pass yet, still going to happen, and that Yahushua came to fulfill. He didn't come to destroy, but to fulfill. So his role as coming in the flesh as Yahushua to be sacrificed for the sins of Israel, this has been fulfilled. But the prophecies of him returning and gathering the remnant and destroying Edom, all of that has not come to pass yet. So all of this is still in play. The law is not done away with. The scriptures say in 1 John, the transgression of the law is sin. Okay, so it is a sin to eat pork. I'll just leave it at that. All right. Now I'm going to go into the Apocrypha, 2 Maccabees 6:18. And it reads, Eleazar, one of the principal scribes, an aged man and of a well-favored countenance, was constrained to open his mouth and to eat swine's flesh. So they got these wicked ass Edomites got basically a man that was well known as an elder, amongst the Israelites. Verse 19, but he, choosing rather to die gloriously than to live stained with such an abomination, spit it forth and came of his own accord to the torments, as it behooved them to come that are resolute to stand out against such things as are not lawful for love of life to be tasted. But they that had the charge of that wicked feast, for the old acquaintance they had with the man, taking him aside, besought him to bring forth of his own provision such as was lawful for him to use, and make as if he did eat of the flesh taken from the sacrifice commanded by the king. So here it is. They forced him to eat the pork. He spit it out. He said, fuck that. You can go ahead and kill me. I'm going to die gloriously with honor than to die with this stain on my name. So-and-so was such a righteous man, but right before, his death, he copped out and ate abomination. So he did all of this good stuff, but he fell short right here. He was like, nah, fuck that. I'm just kill me. I'm not doing that. And then here it is. They had one of his acquaintances try to convince him, hey, look, pretend it's pork. Just, eat some chicken or some shit. Just pretend it's pork, right? 2 Maccabees 16:22. That in so doing he might be delivered from death, and for the old friendship for the old friendship with them find favor. So he's like, hey, look, if you just pretend you're eating the pork, just eat some turkey or some shit, just pretend it's pork. Hey, they ain't gonna put you to death. Verse 23, but he began to consider discreetly, and as became his age, as the excellency of his ancient years, and the honor of his gray head, whereon was come, and his most honest education from a child, or rather the holy law made and given by God. Therefore he answered accordingly, and willed them straightway to send him to the grave. So he basically was like, man, look, I ain't doing that shit. You can go ahead and just take me straight to the pit. Take me to the grave. Verse 24, for it becometh not our age, said he, in any wise to dissemble, whereby many young persons might think that Eleazar, being 40 years old and 10, were now gone to a strange religion. All right, 40 which would be 80 and 10. So he was 90 years old, if my math is correct. All right, I believe a score is 20, so 40 would be 80 plus 10. So so him at his old age, he don't want the younger men to think, oh damn, he just switched up religions. Verse 25, and so they, through mind hypocrisy and desire to live a little time, a moment longer, should be deceived by me, and I get a stain to my old age and make it abominable. For thought for the present time I should be delivered for the punishment of men, yet should I not escape the hand of the Almighty, neither alive nor dead. So he's like, man, look, yeah, if I eat this, I may live a little bit longer, but I'm not going to escape the judgment then, because I'll be sinning against my power. Wherefore now manfully changing this life, I will show myself such as one as mine age requireth. He's basically like saying, like, look, I'm gonna just do what it takes to show them, this is what it takes to be a man. Basically, this is how you serve our power to the end. Basically, he's like, I'm not gonna cop out. And leave a notable example to such as be young to die willingly and courageously for the honorable and holy laws. And when he had said these words, immediately he went to the torment. So back then, our men, or us as a nation, we were willing to get put to death than to put swine flesh, to even consider eating it. All right, let alone pretend to eat it to convince the younger men, So and now you fast forward to today, our people are wrapping fucking honey glazed ham with fucking bacon, eating that shit on the regular. All right. Oh, you tell them you can't eat pork. They'll listen to everything you say. Yeah, the white man, Esau Edom is the devil the Bible speaks of. Yeah, America is Babylon. Oh yeah, I'm with all that. As soon as you say, oh, you can't eat pork, swine is going off. Oh shit. Oh wow, man, you had me. You almost had me. Like we had this one dude who was like, damn. He's like, you almost had me, but you lost me with that one. So now today our people are willing to eat that shit, not caring or not even considering that they're committing a sin. All right, let me see. All right, so that was it. Just keep it short, simple, to the point. This dude be making me laugh though, low key. Oh, and as far as the whole demon thing goes, he said that the parasites are demons. The demons were basically spirits. A parasite is a parasite. It may look bugged out, but nonetheless, a pig has parasites because it's an unclean animal. All right. Yahweh willing, this was edifying. All praises, honor, and glory once again to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Till next time, Shalom.